Today, Montgomery College is a fixture in this county, offering residents a wide variety of services. Educational programs to assist students who want to earn two-year degrees, transfer to four-year colleges, enhance their careers, or start new jobs. The college also offers a wide variety of cultural events that are enjoyed by the public. When you look at this community college today, many are surprised to learn how it first began. It was the 1946 Montgomery County Board of Education that first envisioned a junior college for this county. They saw the need to provide higher education opportunities for both high school graduates and returning veterans. That same year, Sonny Clogg was a member of the first class to enroll at Montgomery Junior College. Back then, the school was housed in this Bethesda High School. He describes what school was like back then.
We were housed in the Bethesda-Chevy Chase High School from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. after the high school kids left. In the second year, they built a wooden, what you would call temporary now, which housed the science department. The rooms we had we thought they were fine. The cafeteria was open for dinner. So you had everything you could ask for, plenty of parking. A number of the students were veterans. They weren't 18 or 19. They were 22 or 23 or 24. Most of them had been in service 2 to 4 years. Most of them had seen combat. So you had a different group. And the funny part is that they melded with the non-veteran students so perfectly. There was never any dissension. Everybody tried to see the other fellow's point of view.
A veteran himself, Sonny was able to go to college thanks to the GI Bill. He was highly focused on his education and was aiming for law school. Nonetheless, he helped to launch MJC's extracurricular activities.
So about 10 of us formed something that we call the M Club, which again was to foster activities in the college, dances and other social events to try to get the students together. So I don't know how I did it, but I didn't go to school and leave because I was there. It was from 4 to 10, and unfortunately, I had some late classes, so in between I could work on the student council, the student government, the M Club, and try to foster, good feelings among the students.
Hugh Price was the school's founding dean. He had been teaching chemistry at BCC High School when he was tapped in the spring of 1946 to start a junior college in the upcoming school year. That first year, there were 187 students and 8 full-time faculty members. Enrollment and faculty size doubled the following year. The first commencement was held at Leland Junior High on June 9, 1948. Sonny Clogg remembers it well.
It started me on the road to being an attorney. It just changed my whole life. I had gotten through the war, and now I had a chance to get my education. And I'm forever grateful to Montgomery College and to the government for giving me that opportunity.
Within 4 years of opening, MJC became a fully accredited junior college, and it was time to find a campus of its own. To that end, the Bliss Electrical School in Tacoma Park was purchased from Lewis Bliss. His school, which opened in 1893, trained more than 16,000 men. At the time of its sale in 1950, the college absorbed the Bliss program. In 1954, Tom Walker enrolled as a freshman at the Tacoma Park campus. He was drawn there to play football for Frank Rubini, who had left the University of Maryland to start a program at MJC.
Well, the team was very successful our first year. We were undefeated that year, and we even won a bowl game in North Carolina. Practice was kind of a joke because we didn't have a football field. The Tacoma Park campus had a kind of a short field, but we didn't really have a stadium or any real football-sized field. It didn't make much difference. We had such tremendous talent that we probably could have practiced in a closet and still won our games. We were really very good. It was a great pleasure to play for that team.
But playing football isn't his fondest memory.
My fondest memories are, of course, the faculty. It was an excellent faculty. They really turned me on to things intellectual, and they were caring. They didn't have to worry about publishing. They worried about students, and I could name, half a dozen of the people who really changed my life, and they really were an excellent faculty.
In 1957, following the Supreme Court's Brown versus the Board of Education decision, Montgomery Junior College opened its doors to black students. Before that, segregation required African Americans to attend junior college at a separate school, first here at Lincoln High School and later at Carver High School when it opened in 1954. As the population of the county increased and spread northward, the Montgomery County Board of Education made plans to expand the college. Land was secured in Rockville to build a second campus to house 5,000 students. In 1965, a partially completed Rockville campus opened its doors. Florence Ashby began teaching mathematics there 1 year later.
It looked sparse. I had been interviewed at Tacoma Park, which was a very pretty, very settled-looking campus. And then I came out here. There was no landscaping. There were about half the number of buildings there are now. And what is now a duck pond was just a wide drainage ditch. And I thought, oh my goodness, what have I gotten myself into?
The late 60s was a time of campus unrest across the nation. MJC was not immune.
Montgomery College did have some demonstrations. Students were in revolt, but that period didn't hit Montgomery College quite as soon as the large universities. But as the Vietnam War went on and the draft increased, people did rebel. We had students who had come to avoid the draft because it was a draft deferment for college students. I can remember demonstrations in front of our flagpole in the middle of campus and reading of the Vietnam War dead. That was something that was done all over the country, and so it was done here too.
In 1969, Montgomery Junior College came under the direction of its own Board of Trustees. It was now independent from the Board of Education. That same year, its name was changed to Montgomery College. By this time, enrollment at the two campuses had grown to 8,000 students. In 1972, former MJC student Tom Walker, now Dr. Walker with a PhD in history, joined the faculty.
I began in 1972 teaching history at Tacoma Park. I dearly loved it, and it was like coming home. I remember the classrooms. In fact, I taught in many of the classrooms in which I had been a student. The students were a little different in the 70s, but that was all right. I was a little different too. Of course, we also had lots of veterans because the Vietnam War was winding down, so it reminded me very much of what it was like when I came in '54 when the Korean War had ended.
6 years later, in 1978, the Germantown campus opened. The college was again responding to the demographic shifts in the county. Tom Walker transferred to that campus as soon as it opened.
You had the feeling that you were breaking new ground, that you were kind of like a frontier person. The faculty was small because it was a small campus, but we worked together very, very hard. We had some wonderful. I made some wonderful relationships, had some wonderful times with the faculty at Germantown. And we all seemed to have one goal, and that was to make Germantown the best campus of Montgomery College in the shortest possible time.
It is this kind of dedication by the faculty, staff, and administration that's made Montgomery College one of the best community colleges in the nation. Professor Florence Ashby has been a part of it for nearly 30 years. As a result, she's discovered she's touched the lives of generations of families.
I had one student discover that both her uncle and her father had been in one of my classes. They met there, and her father married the uncle's sister. So they came back, and we all took pictures, and they had their annual, and I had signed their annual, so I signed it again, and this was about 25 or 30 years later. And that kind of thing is just such fun.
Since 1946, Montgomery College has been committed to growing and changing with its community. In today's increasingly diverse county, Montgomery College is now responding to those needs. People from all backgrounds and nationalities are drawn here because of the opportunities they find. The talented and committed faculty works to help each student succeed. A wide variety of clubs and organizations help everyone fit in. And because this school responds to the training needs of the surrounding business community, everyone wins. College President Dr. Charlene Nunley sees their mission today as an extension of the original purpose of Montgomery Junior College.
From the very beginning, Montgomery College was created to help Montgomery County be the very best community that it could be, and to be a place where people wanted to bring their families and spend their lives. And we've had that focus throughout all of our years, and it's meant we've had to change, and sometimes change is really hard in higher education. But I think we've been very equal to the task here, and we've been a huge resource to the community.